Welcome to Hobby Clubhouse with a review of the new P-Bandai exclusive Master Grade Gundam F90II, which comes bundled with the Intercept Type Mission Pack. This review will be for the F92 itself, and there's a separate review for the Intercept Type Mission Pack, so please drop by and check that out. This kit was sent out from July to September 2020, depending on what region of the world you're in, and sold for 6,600 yen via Premium Bandai, which means if you're importing, then extra costs may apply. It comes in a wide format Master Grade box measuring at 31 by 39 by 8 centimeters. And despite this being a P-Bandai release, it does have a full color box with a beautiful illustration by Kazuya Igarashi, which shows off two F92s here, but there was ever only supposed to be one of them, so the box is kinda lying to us. The sides of the box have proper studio shots of the finished kit showing off all its gimmicks, with the left side showing off the weapons and reminding you that the F92 is in fact compatible with all the other mission packs. The right side rounds out the beauty shots and completes the box, making many wonder all over the internet, why wasn't this a retail release to begin with? Many of us would love to be able to walk into a store and buy an extra F90 or 2 or 3. Come on Bandai, you know there are people who are willing to buy 36 of a single kit. The RE100 Vigina Gina 2 got a retail release and that kit wasn't very good. This kit is much more deserving of retail space, and so why isn't this available in stores for everyone to buy? For printed materials, we get the instructions manual in full color, which also features a full color centerfold profile of the F92, which again is something really unusual for P-Bandai exclusive releases. You get a small sheet of foil stickers with your free choice to have the eyes and the head cameras in yellow or blue. The Sunari Gundam should have blue eyes, but this one has yellow eyes because it was the F90 Unit 2, which the Marcion's folks stole and modded into the OMS-90R before being stitched together with the F90 Unit 1 into this thing right here. And if that seems petty and unimportant, then it absolutely is. But fans like you and I who buy these kind of things, I mean, it matters to us. We care. Other than that, we get some small stickers with some minor color corrections, like these white ones that go on the side armor on the waist, and a couple that go onto the eye type. Next, we get a sheet of waterslide decals, which is less user-friendly, but certainly more premium and more preferred by modelers than the rub transfer markings more common with retail MG kits. We get the important F92 insignias here, along with a lot of caution markings, all very good stuff and lots of details. The F92 gives us a striking 5-point star silhouette, with the shoulders going all the way past the Vulcans and jutting out. Bandai showed some restraint and kept the head at a reasonable size because many modern kits go with dinky little heads to give the MS a meathead sort of bulk, but when they go overboard, sometimes they end up with something that looks like the Goombas from the Super Mario Bros. Movie. This one here though, it's very very nice. As you can see, the color separation is spectacular, particularly the yellow details done almost entirely in plastic. Many of them work in concert with the gray plastic to properly represent the yellow highlighting without the need for complex painting, because anyone who has worked with one of the old F90 kits will tell you that it is masking tape purgatory. No worries on this front. This kit is very friendly for painting and is going to look great right out of the box if you don't want to paint it. For articulation, it's entirely the same as the F90, with an up and down sweep of the head of about 50 degrees and rotation side to side until the face catches the collar a little bit. The arm swings a full 360 degrees without any obstructions. The shoulder joint pivots forward with the armor swinging up and out of the way. The elbows have a double joint, bringing the forearms right up to the shoulder armor. The waist has an approximately 45 degree sweep to the left and right, and the double segmented waist bows forward only a little bit by about 30 degrees and swings back maybe a little over 30 degrees. Down at the legs, you can see some tape because I cut too much off the peg for disassembly and painting later. But otherwise, the thighs swivel horizontally, which is always great for posing, and the knees also have a double joint giving a near 180 degrees bend going right up to the back of the thighs. The ankle guard is hinged at the back of the leg and moves together with the entire bottom of the foot. You get some side-to-side pivot and a decent swing forward, though not back. Perhaps a small limitation here is the foot lacks any sort of toe or heel articulation. The entire front section of the skirt armor swings out and can move outward like this, no doubt leaving extra possibilities for future mission packs. Once you do that, the entire leg joint on the hip can swing forward, letting the entire F92 sit almost flat on the ground. The clamps on the back armor open up and have keyed slots for holding mission pack equipment and also holds the rifle in a convoluted upside down way. Swiveling back to the front, we have the F91 style cockpit hatch which slides forward, though not by very much. Here, you can see the narrow space for a pilot to crawl through, and the cockpit actually has molded details, but you're not going to be seeing any of it. The opening hatch from the side accentuates the curve on the top of the chest and makes it very photogenic. Wrapping up the articulation, we have the palms which are not so rosy. They're the same ones as on the F91, and we get a single pair of palms with a movable thumb along with 3 styles of fingers: closed fingers, holding fingers, and trigger fingers. One problem with the closed fingers is that they're folding up way too high and look very awkward, but that's not the only issue with these palms. As you can see, the fingers connect with these keyed slots, but the connection ends up bearing all of the weight of the beam rifle and will fall out when you try to pose them. You can't glue them in either because you only get this one palm. To be fair, the trigger fingers are notched and will fit snugly into the beam rifle, beam lance, or any other handheld weapon from the mission pack, and that's very good. But that doesn't solve the problem of the finger connections bearing way too much weight. But moving on, for accessories, we get the F90 custom beam rifle, a total of 4 magazines for the rifle, and the custom shield. Here's a closer look at the beam rifle, which is 2 pieces sandwiched together, as these things usually are. It's supposed to have a clear camera piece at the front, but I've left it out so I can paint it later on. The foregrip can swing to either side, and the magazine can be removed, and it can be replaced with any of the other 3. The pegs on them actually connect onto the back of the shield, and you can hold 2 of them there, so you end up with one loose one that you can attach onto any of the hard points all over the MS. As for the shield itself, it's fully color separated at the front with all the blue, red, yellow, white, and gray represented in plastic. The back consists of a large gray panel with bits of the color from the front poking through, so maybe you'd want to touch them up with a gray Gundam marker to make it less toyish. Higher up, we have a movable handle with a very long arm that swings all the way up to here, and the eye-shaped peg here can rotate freely and plugs into the side of the forearm to keep the shield more firmly in place. The beam sabers on the backpack can be removed, of course, and can be fitted with a blue blade. And take care not to lose these, because of the 200 or so kits here at Hobby Clubhouse, the F90s are the only ones with the blue blades, so if you lose them, you won't find any donors. For the action-based connection, the F92 comes with a custom adapter. You swing up the leg joints, slide it onto the rails, and it's ready for display. Then what about the leftover parts in the box? Can you make a palette-swapped F90? It comes close, but you're missing the white parts on the original head and the white armors on the shins, so unfortunately you cannot make a color-swapped F90. That being said, so just how different is the F92 compared with the F90? Here's a side-by-side shot. There's the F91 inspired head and chest, then the removable shoulder parts, and then the shins that have changed from the original design. Small as it may be, the F92 has a distinctly Ace unit impression to it, and the original F90 has a practical, down-to-earth simplicity. But who are we kidding? You're gonna want both of them, so just go buy both of them. So to wrap up, here's a Hobby Clubhouse patented 3-point verdict on the Master Grade Gundam F92. First, the kit is masterfully engineered, solid as a rock, and obsessively color accurate. You will have no complaints enjoying the kit right out of the box and showing it off on your shelf. Next, it really has its own character and it feels distinct from the original F90. You know Bandai loves its minimal effort variants and its color variants, but the F92 is more than that, and it earns its place in your collection as its own thing, and it is not just another F90. Lastly, the hands spoil the fun. You may think you can deal with it, but you will feel the nag once you start posing the kit and moving it around and the fingers keep falling out. The fingers are willing, but the connections are weak. So that is it for this review. Please also remember to have a look at the Intercept type review as well here on Hobby Clubhouse. So see you next time.